you guess what ticker we're talking about? Let's look at Palantir, guys. So Palantir, my upside target here is 1882. They just had some great news. We'll get into that. They also had a pretty good earnings report. We'll get into that as well. So this is our trend on Palantir here, guys. You're looking at this falling wedge, and it looks like we're about to start breaking out. This is post, so this is the aftermarket movement here. Kind of sort of almost trying to eat up the little sell-off we had today. So we'll be looking at that in the morning to see if we can break above this falling wedge. Another thing I like, the daily support here. Even before earnings, we held that daily support after selling off majority of the day. We still bounced back above that daily support zone at 1779, so I like that as a goal. Let's look at some of this flow. So some of the Palantir flow I seen come in early this morning was the August 11th 17.5 calls, about 53,000, and the August 11th $19 calls came in for about 122,000, both above the axe. Look like single buyers, right? Palantir had pretty good earnings. Let's look at some other news that dropped that's pretty interesting here. All right, so let's look at some other news here that's pretty interesting. Palantir announces a $1 billion share buyback program as their earnings meet expectations. So if nothing is telling you that this is still a bullish trend here, that it can still have a lot more upside, that we have a high chance of breaking above this falling wedge, guys. Once we can break above these trend lines, you already know that it is a bullish formation. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to see what Palantir opens up tomorrow. If we can get above these trend lines here, then I believe my target of 1882 will be blown out the water. My top target for Palantir is 2020. So I believe that if we can hold and bust out of this falling wedge, then we can go retest the highs of 2020, possibly break out and make new highs, guys. So Palantir, I am looking forward to what it does tomorrow. I hope I helped some of you guys with a little knowledge on Palantir. Leave a like, a comment, or subscribe to the channel. There'll be a lot more to offer. All right, guys, so the second ticker we're going to get into and talk about is SPY, ticker SPY. Now, something that's very interesting about SPY, one of my members in my Discord actually pointed this out to me, is that it's currently in a daily inverted cup and handle formation, cup right there. And as you can see, we're popping here to form that handle. So the only way this move is validated if we continue to push up to form that handle. Now, if we end up breaking back under this 446 level, then that's going to invalidate the cup and handle. Now, that 446 and that 455.49, what are those? That's our current support zone here at 446. As you can see, we've been holding that support for a while. That's kind of what made us form that cup. We tested it here, came all the way over, came back down and formed that arch for that cup. And now since yesterday, we're bouncing to actually form that handle. The resistance zone I see here is at 455.49. In my mind, that's where I'm looking for this handle to basically reject. If we push up to that level, I'm looking for this handle to either reject around 453, at the highest being 455.49, for us to come back down. We do have a gap fill here, guys, at 442.45. So that's what I'm looking at. My whole mentality right now is, okay, we play the upside bounce on the handle so that we can position ourselves for more downside to actually fill that gap at 442.45. Let's look at some of the flow we've been seeing on SPY here. And I mean, it's been a lot of terrible flow, but let's just look at the flow that came in today. So option trading market closes at 415. So these people was very adamant about getting in this SPY puts. So they grabbed some SPY puts for October 20th, right at 412, almost 3 minutes before close. And you can see they bought a whopping 2.1 million. And then you see the puts for today expiration. And then you see the puts for the 14th, and so on and so forth. So you can see that there's a lot more buying going on here than put selling. We do see a call here, which is very interesting. That could be the just play of this handle, in my opinion. And a lot of these people here are positioning themselves with being okay with being down to this handle form, because they know that it's going to create a newer low once this handle form out. All right, guys, that's what I got for SPY. Like I said, just to recap, I am looking for a resistance here to stick at 455.49. I am looking for a support bounce here to hold so that we don't invalidate this cup and handle here. I am looking for this level to hold to not invalidate this cup and handle so that we can push up to form this handle. And I am looking for a rejection here so that we can come down and fill this gap here at 442.25. Thank you guys for coming to Goatland. I hope you found something interesting. I hope you learned something today. Like, comment, subscribe. There will be more. Enjoy the rest of your day.